Good afternoon and welcome to this midweek edition of Tiger Baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. I'm Chase Hartzell, and you are looking live at Rab Rogers Field on what has been a cloudy day here in Arkadelphia, but it looks like the skies are starting to brighten up a bit. We may even see some blue sky before this one is over. It's going to be the visiting Statesmen of Delta State going up against the hometown Ouachita Tigers. Two programs with a lot of history between them. Ouachita and Delta State in the same conference for several years as part of the Gulf South. Delta State's still a part of that conference, but Ouachita moving on to the Great American Conference now. Two programs with a lot of success behind them. Delta State, a former national champion of Division II baseball. Ouachita, a former national runner-up of D2 baseball, and both teams in the midst of a pretty good season right now, both in the top three of their respective conferences, and looking to keep their momentum rolling here in this middle-of-the-week matchup. Starting off on the mound today for the Tigers, it'll be the senior right-hander, Bo Burson. He leads the team in strikeouts with 43 and has been a reliable arm for Ouachita throughout his career here. First man that he is set to greet is Chad Ragland, the hit leader for the Statesmen. Burson takes the mound, and Ragland stepping in here. We're just about ready for baseball this afternoon. Here is the first pitch, and it is dribbled over to first base. Cheney with a good scoop, throws it over to Burson. Throw is in time for out number one. So one pitch and one out here in this 18th meeting between the Statesmen and the Tigers since 2011. As Hayden White comes up to the plate for Delta State. The Statesmen have been really good against Ouachita over the past decade, 13-4 versus the Tigers since 2011, as here's the first pitch of the new at-bat. It is taken for strike one. Ouachita, though, does have the last laugh in this series. Back in the COVID-shortened season of 2020, Ouachita defeated Delta State on the road. 9-5 was the final score in that one, as this one is popped up into left field. Isaac Nowell is under it, loses his hat, but he's able to make the play for out number two. So a good start to the afternoon for Burson as he retires the first two men that he faces. And that's going to bring up Kirkland Trahan. Burson looking for the 1-2-3 inning here in the top of the first against a very good Statesman lineup. Here's the first pitch of the new at-bat. That one is hit to Cheney. It looks like he might have the 1-2-3 inning. Burson covering the bag, throws there in time, and that does it here for the top of the first. Delta State goes down 1-2-3. Tigers will be at the plate when we come back. You're watching Tiger Baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
Getting directions to Ouachita Baptist University.
And we are back here at Rab Rogers Field with more Tiger Baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. It was a good start for Bo Burson there in the top of the first as he sets down the Statesman 1-2-3. Now the Tigers will try to take the early lead here as they're set to face off against Cade Whitley, the sophomore right-hander. He's been really good for the Statesmen thus far in 2022. Out of all the qualified pitchers, he has the lowest ERA with one just over 1. Very impressive start to the year, but he's going to face off against a very good Ouachita lineup here today, starting out with Cade Burris. Burris taking a break from behind the plate. That's usually where he plays, but he is in right field today as Noah Bogman has taken over catching duties. Here's the first pitch of the at-bat. That one is taken for strike 1. Burris in the top 3 in home runs, RBIs, and stolen bases for the Tigers as he fouls this one back out of play. We're still looking for our first base runner of the ball game after a very efficient top of the first for the Tigers. Whitley will be looking to mirror the efforts of Burson here. Here's the 0-2. That one is hit up the middle, and it's past a diving shortstop and into center field for our first base hit of the ball game. So Cade Burris starting things right here for the Tigers in the bottom of the first, and that'll bring up Dustin Bermudez. What a start to the year it has been for Bermudez. The native of Arizona, in the top 4 in home runs on this team and runs batted in. He's also in the top 3 of several pitching categories, including winning decisions and whip, as this one is taken inside for ball 1. Whitley taking his time here. They're keeping an eye on Burris, who has already stolen 7 bases this year, as this one is hit high and drifting near foul territory. We'll see if that one gets down. 3 Statesmen collide over there near the wall. It looks like they got tripped up a bit, but everybody's okay. So it's now 1-1 to Bermudez, who is occupying second base today for the Tigers. The dangerous G. Allen waiting on deck for Ouachita. Both of these teams have a lot of good history to their name. Delta State looking to avenge their last loss to the Tigers in 2020, as this one is taken for strike 2. A look at the resume says it all. 33 NCAA tournament appearances, 12 regional championships, 12 College World Series appearances, and a national title in 2004. This is a storied program in Division II baseball, as we're going to have time called here by Bermudez. The Statesman's team motto says it all: tradition never slumps, and that has been the case this year. Off to a really good start in 2022, as this one is dribbled foul. And a good bare hand that time by Ouachita's third base coach, as that one will be sent back to the dugout. It's been an up and down decade for Ouachita. This year they're looking to record their first winning season since 2015. A lot of experts were not expecting much from this Tiger squad with a lot of younger players, but Ouachita currently finds themselves tied for second in the conference, as this one runs inside for a ball. So it's now 2-2 to number 2 for Ouachita. Tigers looking to keep the line moving here in the bottom of the first after the leadoff hitter got on with a single. The next pitch is hit fairly well down the line, and again drifting towards foul territory. We'll see if anybody can track this one down. That one's going to land in the home bullpen. So we're seeing a good battle here from Bermudez. And we are having some graphics issues this afternoon, so please bear with us. We also have limited camera angles, so we'll do our best to keep you updated on all the pitch counts and what the calls are from the home plate umpires. We have a check over at first, runners back in time. We're still scoreless here in the bottom of the first with a runner on first for Ouachita. Here's the 2-2, runner in motion. He retreats a little bit, and this one's popped up into center field. Center fielder is under it for out number 1, and Burris will now fully retreat back to first. That's going to bring up the dangerous G. Allen. Allen's occupied a few places on the field this year. Today he's playing third, but he's also spent some time at first base and in the designated hitter spot for the Tigers. Perhaps one of his most notable games of the year, he played at third base back on February 12th when Ouachita defeated Pitt State 10-9. 2 big plays in that one. Allen hit a 3-run go-ahead home run in the bottom of the 8th with 2 away as he takes the first pitch in this at-bat for ball 1. In that Pitt State game, his home run put the Tigers up 10-9 going into the final inning. And on the last play of the game, he made a diving stop at third and tagged out the tying run to end it. Here's the 1-0. Allen's taken for strike 1. Pretty windy day here at Rab Rogers Field. As you can see some of the warning track dirt being kicked up. Everybody going to regroup here prior to the 1-1. This one is dribbled back to the pitcher's mound, and he has trouble with it. Fumbles with it a bit, and the throw will be there in time. So a tip of the cap there to Cade Whitley as he was able to stick with it, and he records the second out on the fielder's choice. Now we'll bring up the first baseman for the Tigers, Jackson Cheney. Looking to capitalize on this early RBI opportunity. Cade Whitley looking to keep this game scoreless heading into the second inning as Burris takes his lead at second. And we're going to have time called here. Cheney struggled a bit at the start of the season, but he's really had a turnaround here in these last few weeks. The big turning point was back on February 20th against SNU when in a pinch hitting situation he hit a walk-off grand slam in a mercy rule finish. Final score in that one was 14-4. It was Cheney's first home run of the year. He's added another one since, and his line score now reads 268 with 2 home runs and 18 RBIs. Not a bad start to the year by any stretch of the imagination for the sophomore. As here's the 1-0. That one's taken inside for ball 2. Ouachita was shut out in the first 2 games of the year. They have not been shut out since, as this young lineup has exceeded expectations, led by the likes of G. Allen and Wyatt Core, who is off today. Here is the 2-0. That one is low, and it bounces in front of the catcher. But a good job there keeping an eye on Burris. It's now 3-0. Not where the sophomore right-hander wants to be against Jackson Cheney. We'll see if he tries to challenge him here. Here's the 3-0. That one's in the dirt for ball 4. So Whitley gives up his 7th walk of the year, first of the ball game, and that will bring up Isaac Nowell. Now with a crucial RBI opportunity here in the early going. As we have the first pitch here, that one is taken on the inside corner for strike one. Good fastball that time from Whitley. Noel is no stranger to big RBI opportunities, and earlier in the year on February 19th in Game 2 of a doubleheader against SNU, he walked it off in extra innings for a 5-4 finish for the Tigers, and he may come through right here. Yes, he will. Gets past the diving first baseman. They're going to send the runner. Right fielder has trouble with it, and a run is going to score for Ouachita here. It's now 1-0 Tigers. So the freshman left fielder for Ouachita coming through in a clutch situation here early in the ball game. And Judd Arrington will look to keep the line moving here. Runners at the corners, 2 away in the inning. That was the second hit of the ball game for Ouachita. That RBI for now, his 18th of the year. Here's the first pitch to Arrington. That one's taken for strike one. Arrington having a phenomenal season at the plate for the Tigers. He leads the team in hits. And he also leads the team in batting average with a .357 mark here in the middle part of the season. Not a bad place to be. Here's the 0-1. That one's in the dirt for a ball. Arrington has a .484 on-base percentage coming into this plate appearance. Potentially has an historic season in place here, as only 5 players in Ouachita history have recorded an on-base percentage of .486 or higher. Arrington currently just 2 points below that mark. He finds himself in a hitter-friendly count here, 2-1 with 2 away, runners at the corners. And we know that Arrington can be dangerous in count leverage. The 2-1. That one is hit into the hole in left field, and that is going to be another RBI for the Tigers. So a good job there by Arrington staying within himself, and he slaps it the other way, finds the hole. And it's another quick run here for the Tigers. It's now 2-0. It's going to bring up Talon Heine to the plate. He's had a good start as well this season. Currently second on the team in stolen bases with 8. He's only been thrown out once this year. Another RBI opportunity here for the Tigers as the fastball is taken for strike one. A rare occurrence for Whitley, who had only given up 1 earned run prior to this appearance. He's given up 2 here in just the first inning. Tigers have a little bit of a rally going here. And Heine looking to keep the line moving as the 0-1 is taken for strike 2. Willie's got a good low fastball. Likes to lock up hitters at the knees, and he's done so several times in this game already. But Ouachita finding a way to fight off some good pitches and to drive some as well into the outfield for RBIs. This one is dribbled to third. Throw over to second. It's in time, and that does it here for the first inning. But Ouachita strikes for 2 runs on 3 hits and no errors. We're heading to the top of the second. Ouachita on top. You're watching Tiger Baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
Getting directions to Ouachita Baptist University.
Right now, Thin Lizzy playing over the speakers at Rab Rogers Field, as indeed the boys are back in town for at least one game this week. Tigers playing Delta State in this midweek matchup. They're up 2-0 here early, following a good rally in the bottom of the first against one of the best pitchers on this Statesman squad, Cade Whitley. Speaking of good pitchers, Bo Burson off to a good start, and he'll start out this new inning with a ball. The man he's facing at the plate right now, Jake Barlow. The senior leads the team in home runs with 8. This one swung on for strike 1. Burson trying to work quickly here against this batter with a batting average north of 330. Beautiful breaking ball that time for Burson. It's now 1-2. No strikeouts yet for Burson, but a chance to get his first right here. He leads the team in that category. And this one's popped up over to the left side. It looks like this one's going to drift into foul territory, and they're going to run out of room out there. It's over to the concourse. A little bit of lower attendance here this afternoon on this midweek game, as we did have a 3 o'clock start time, but as classes start to wrap up, we see more and more people filing in. This one's popped up over to the right side, and Cheney's not going to have room out there. It's off of the batting cages, so it's now 1-2. Barlow doing a good job here battling against Burson, who pretty much had his way through the top of the first, was able to elicit some weak contact against the top of the order, now finds himself facing the heart of the order and looking for similar results. The 1-2. That one got him. Strike 3. He looked at it on the inside corner. First punch out of the afternoon for Burson, his 44th of the year. That's going to bring up Hayden Cooper. Cooper representing the true middle of the order here for the Statesman, as the first pitch is fouled into the backstop for strike 1. Delta State looking for its first base runner of the ball game. Burson's been dealing early here, as that one stayed too low apparently. It's ball 1. It's a good breaking ball that time for Burson, locked him up, but fortunately for the designated hitter, it was just a bit too low. That one isn't, though, as it's called for strike 2. Burson working quickly this afternoon, making good pitches, keeping these Statesman hitters on their heels. The 1-2, that one swung on and missed for strike 3. Make it back-to-back punch-outs here in the top of the first for Burson. And now Blake Dindy trying to prevent Delta State from being set down 1-2-3 in back-to-back innings. First pitch is fouled away. Dindy that time just trying to make contact and put the ball in play, as neither of his first 2 teammates that have come up to the plate in this inning have been able to do so. Yo 1. That one swung on and missed for strike 2. Burson really throwing off these hitters' timing. That off-speed pitch. It's clear he's got his stuff working early. Looking to strike out the side. The 0-2 is foul. Cheney read it well off the bat, but it did stay on the right side of the first base bag that time. Burson to strike out the side. That one stays high for ball 1. Perhaps a bit outside as well. Either way, a quality take there for Dindy. The 1-2. That one's in the dirt for ball 2. Good battle here in this righty on lefty matchup. Burson looking to retire his 3rd straight, courtesy of the punch out, and he will do just that. Frustrating inning at the plate for the Statesman, but a dream inning for Bo Burson as he strikes out the side. He's retired 6 straight to start out this ball game, and the Tigers will have a chance to add to their lead when we come back. You're watching Tiger Baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
On my team, I thrive to work as hard as I can. I mean, whatever you do on the field, there's a positive correlation to whatever else you do, be it personal relationships, homework, the way you carry yourself. I've changed since I got to King University. It's really helped me to develop as a leader. I think it's honestly the best thing that's ever happened.
Bottom of the second about to get underway here at Rab Rogers Field. Tigers lead it 2-0 as Tucker Anderson is set to lead it off here. Eight, 9, and 1 due up for the Tigers after 7 Ouachita batters came up to the plate in the bottom of the first. They scratched across 2 runs. This one is taken for ball 1. RBI base hits for Isaac Nowell and Judd Arrington there in the bottom of the second as this one is taken outside for ball 2. So the Tigers' freshman designated hitter has count leverage here. 2-0 is taken outside for ball 3. Cade Whitley has struggled here early. Prior to this outing, he'd only given up 1 earned run on the year. He's already given up 2 through 1 inning of work, as this one's going to be taken for strike 1. But still a good spot here for Anderson. (3-1). That one is chopped foul just past the home dugout there, and it's rolling down the line. Looks like that's the freshman catcher, Sam Eford, going to track it down. So here is the payoff pitch to Anderson. This one's fouled into the backstop, and the battle will continue. We're seeing a good battle here between 2 young talents on 2 really talented squads, both in the top 3 in their respective conferences. The 3-2. That one swung on and missed for strike 3, and Tyson with the high fastball that time. It's the first punch out of the ball game for Cade Whitley, and that's going to bring up Noah Bachman. Noah Bachman comes into this plate appearance with a batting average north of 300. As this one is in the zone for strike 1. He has 1 home run to his name this year, and it was a big one. It was a grand slam against Southern Arkansas a couple weeks ago, and what ended up being a victory for the Tigers. 7-6 was the final score in that one, as this one's taken on the inside corner for strike 2. And Whitley looking to make quick work here of Bachman, who has been very good at the plate in his last several games at Rab Rogers Field. The 0-2. That one swung on and missed for strike 3. Had him out in front on a good breaking ball that time. So Cade Whitley looking here to perhaps match the efforts of Bo Burson. The first 5 batters here in the second inning have all gone down via the punch-out. So Cade Burris will be looking to put the ball in play here. He's already done so today with a base hit up the middle. He came around to score later in the inning, as this one stays low for ball 1. Good year for the junior, 276 batting average, 3 home runs and 21 RBIs, as this one's taken for ball 2. Burris is top 3 on the team in home runs, RBIs, and stolen bases. One of the quickest catchers in the conference, as he has count leverage here, and he will take this one for ball 3. So Whitley again going to have to battle back here. He was able to do so against Tucker Anderson earlier in the inning, when he came back from down 3-0 all the way for the strikeout. Here's the next pitch. That one's taken for strike 1. Good fastball on the inside corner. Burris has hit 2 home runs on the Tigers' home turf this year, and he's got count leverage right here. He'll look to drive one, but it'll stay outside for ball 4. So Burris reaches base safely for the second time in 2 innings, and that's going to bring up Dustin Bermudez. So Ouachita looking for some 2-out magic here once again. There's a runner on first with 2 away. Here's first pitch to Bermudez. That one runs high and inside for ball 1. Dustin Bermudez is a junior transfer from South Mountain Community College, and he's off to a really good start here in his first year with the Tigers. As the 1-0 runs high for ball 2. So again, the Tigers find themselves in a count leverage situation here in the bottom of the second. Bermudez perhaps looking for one that he can drive. In the last game here at Rab Rogers Field late in the ball game, he laced a 2-run double down the left field line. What ended up being a sizable victory for the Tigers. That helped them lock up the series against Southwestern Oklahoma State. We're going to have another check over at first. The Tigers won 4 of their first 5 series of GAC play this year. They lost their most recent series on the road against Northwestern Oklahoma State. The Rangers' bats got really hot in those last couple of games, and Ouachita was unable to keep pace at the plate. So it's now 3-0 to Bermudez, as Whitley missed low with the fastball. Whitley looking to avoid back-to-back walks here with 2 away. The 3-0. That one will catch the zone for strike 1. Elevated the fastball a little bit more that time, and it did manage to catch the bottom part of the zone. The 3-1. That one runs high and inside for ball 4. So not exactly what Delta State wanted to do here after retiring the 2 first batters of the inning via the punch-out. Ouachita now has 2 runners on for G. Allen. Allen leads the team in home runs with 7. He's also driven in 28. I'm sure he wouldn't mind liking to add to that mark here in either one of those categories. Wind is blowing in and a little bit towards right field. Though he would probably appreciate the assistance from the wind, it's probably not needed as he has a lot of raw power. He hit a 3-run home run against Southwestern Oklahoma State in Game 1 of last week's doubleheader. Or excuse me, of the doubleheader back a couple weeks ago before spring break. As the first pitch is hit fairly well out to left field. Left fielder's going back. That ball's still carrying, and it is off the wall for extra bases. 1 run comes across the score. 2 runs are going to come across the score, and they're going to send around Allen. Is it going to be an inside the Parker? Yes, it is. Allen getting mobbed by his teammates as he crosses all 4 bases here. His 8th home run of the year. And the ball never left the yard. A historic moment as G. Allen becomes the first player to reach 8 home runs for the Tigers since Tyler Reebok did it back in 2020. This one's taken for strike 1, as it's Jackson Chaney now at the plate. The 0-1. Ouachita looking to keep the rally going here after the 3-run inside the park home run, and Chaney's going to keep it alive with another base hit up the middle. So the 2-out trouble continues here for the Statesmen. That's going to bring up Isaac Nowell. Another fantastic start for the Tigers at the plate here at Rab Rogers Field. They've homered in each of the last 5 games here on their home turf. As this one runs inside, that one catches the inside corner for strike 1. With that home run, it makes it 6 straight games for the Tigers with a homer on their home turf this year. As Chaney takes a lead off at first, and this one's hit down the line, and they're going to run out of room as that one bounces off the netting inside the home bullpen that time. So it's now 0-2 to the Tigers' left fielder. 3 runs have already come across in this inning, courtesy of the 3-run inside the park home run by G. Allen. What a start it's been for Ouachita. The 0-2 to end the inning. That one is fouled into the backstop. Nowell's already off to a good start today, 1 for 1 with an RBI base hit. He's currently top 3 on the team, as that was his 32nd hit of the year earlier in the ball game. Puts him 1 behind Wyatt Core, who currently occupies 2nd. 0-2, runner in motion. It's in the dirt. Now the throw down, not in time as it gets past the second baseman and the shortstop backing him up. Chaney's going to call time here as he tries to readjust. Didn't want to come off the base that time. It was tough to see where the ball landed out there as it passed 2 of the defenders for Delta State. Ended up rolling all the way to center field. Chad Ragland was there to corral it without any further advancement, but now another RBI opportunity for the Tigers can now capitalize. 1-2. Allen runs inside, and it almost got him. Judd Arrington waits on deck as it's now 2-2 with 2 away in the inning, runner on second. Here's the next pitch from Whitley. That one, good pitch that time, but it stays outside for ball 3. That time Whitley trying to lock him up at the knees with that low fastball, but it was a good take by Nowell, who after trailing earlier in this at-bat 0-2, he's now run the count full 3-2. RBI opportunity. Here's the payoff. That one's popped up. It's drifting over to the right side. Still going to be a tough play. But indeed, it will be made by Hayden White out there in foul territory, and that does it for the second inning. But the Tigers add on 3 more, courtesy of the inside the park home run, the first we've seen here at Rab Rogers Field this year. And it came off the bat of G. Allen, his 8th home run of the year. That makes it 5-0 Tigers. Bo Burson still perfect on the mound. He'll be back there when we come back. You're watching Tiger Baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. Third inning about to get underway here at Rab Rogers Field. You're watching Tiger Baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. And what a start it has been for OBU today. Getting a good start on the mound from Bo Burson as he looks to remain dominant here in his third inning of work. He's gotten plenty of run support too. Most recently, the 3-run inside the park home run off the bat of G. Allen, as this one is taken low for ball 1. 5 runs on 5 hits for the Tigers already. The Statesmen still looking for their first base runner of the ball game. This one's going to be swung on and missed for strike 1. It's Dalton Cummins at the plate right now for Delta State, and he was out in front that time. Burson's done a good job of throwing these batters' timing off. Can't entice him with the ball breaking outside that time into the dirt, so it's 2-1 now. Rare count leverage situation here for the Statesmen, as this one is ripped down the line but foul. Cummins got to be frustrated that time as he squared it up well. His timing was just a bit off. Two-two. That one is ripped down the line. He straightened out his swing, and now he's going to get extra bases out of it. It's down into the corner. He's going to take 2 here. We'll see if he takes 3. He'll indeed hold up at second. But it's a leadoff double for Delta State, their first base hit of the ball game. And that's going to bring up Brett Burrell. Burrell looking to capitalize on this early RBI opportunity for the Statesmen as they look to try to get back at least one of the runs that they gave up in that last inning. This one's taken high for ball 1. It's been a good start for Burson on the mound as he'll look to regroup here following the leadoff extra base hit. The only hit he's allowed so far in the ballgame, only base runner he's allowed. He started off with a 1-2-3 inning, struck out the side in the second. But he's got some early trouble here as this one is down, and it gets past the glove of the diving center fielder. Got to tip your cap there to Heine for the effort. But it's down for a base hit, second of the inning for the Statesmen. And that'll bring up Gabe Stockton. And now we're going to have a mound visit here as Jackson Cheney and Noah Bachman both go over to the mound to talk with Burson. Runners at the corners, nobody out here in the top of the third. We've seen plenty of offense already. Isaac Nowell drove in the first run of the ball game, followed by an RBI base hit from Judd Arrington. Then Allen drove in 3 in that last inning, courtesy of the inside, the Parker in the left field. Here's the first pitch of the new at-bat. That one's ripped down the line, but foul. Stockton's making his first plate appearance of the year. The sophomore's played in 1 game already, but hasn't gotten to go up to the plate. This will be his first chance right here. And a chance to even drive in his first run if he finds one that he likes here, as this one is taken for strike 2. The 0-2. That one nearly catches the outside corner. He went around a little bit that time, but holds up. He did have an appeal down. Did see a little bit of movement that time, but he was able to hold his wrist back to avoid the swing. And that one's in the dirt for ball 2. So Stockton has showed some interest in those first couple of pitches from Burson down low. They haven't gotten him to chase and fully commit just yet. But with the interest he's shown, we'll see if Burson goes back to that low breaking ball. 2-2. He does just that, and again, Stockton holding off. Good battle here from the sophomore as he faces the senior right-hander for the Tigers. Now we'll have the payoff pitch. That one was inside, and it stays inside for ball 4 that time. Burson trying to lock him up at the knee zone, that inside corner, but the umpire says he just missed for ball 4. So early trouble here in the third inning for the Tigers, as now the bases are loaded and the lineup card turns over. It'll be Chad Ragland, the team leader in hits, at the plate now. Coming into this game, he had batting average just a shade under 400. That's the highest mark between either of these two teams. Now we'll have an 0-1 from Burson. This one's driven to short. This could be 2. Toss over to second. Throw over to first is in time. The Statesman will get a run in. No RBI there for Ragland, though. It's now 5-1 Ouachita. So the complexion of this inning has really changed here, as although Burson gives up his first earned of the game, this one's going to be taken for strike 1. But as mentioned earlier, although Burson does give up his first earned of the game, it goes from bases loaded with nobody out to just a runner at third now with 2 away. Run coming across the score on that last play, and now Burson's just one good pitch from getting out of this thing. Wind starting to blow in towards home plate now. As the 0-2 catches the outside corner for strike 3. So a bit of a rough start to the inning for Burson, but a great finish as he goes from bases loaded with nobody away to allowing just 1 run and setting down batters via a double play ball and a strikeout to conclude matters here in the top of the third. The Statesmen do get 1 back, but the Tigers still in the driver's seat. 5-1 our score as we head to the bottom of the third. You're watching Tiger Baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
Wayne State Medical School has been my dream medical school since I was 5. Athletics are important, but so is service, so is research, so is becoming a better person. And we expect you to do well athletically, but don't forget the reason you're here, which is to give back to your community and to get good grades.
And we welcome you back now to Tiger Baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. Tigers looking to get back that run they gave up in the top of the third, but it could have been a lot worse as the Statesmen managed to load the bases with nobody out. But how about Bo Burson? He elicits the double play ball. 1 run does come across the score on that play, but then he comes right back with a strikeout to allow just 1 run to score on the inning. And now the Tigers have Judd Arrington at the plate, the team's leader in hits, as he looks to get something going here in the bottom of the third. First pitch, that one stays low for ball 1. Cade Whitley returns to the mound for Delta State, and it's been a rough start so far. He threw 57 pitches through those first 2 innings, giving up 5 runs on 5 hits. He walked 3, and this one is hit out to short. Shortstop has trouble with it. Throw over is not in time, and it's off the bag. So first error for either team this afternoon. And that one's going to be tacked to Brett Burrell's name. That's going to bring up Talon Heine. So Ouachita's got something going here with nobody out in the inning. They've done most of their damage with 2 away, though, as all 5 runs in this game have come across with 2 outs. That one's taken for ball 1. Tucker Anderson waits on deck for the Tigers. And this one's popped up. Over towards the right side. And the play is going to be made out there by Hayden White for out number 1. So now we'll see Anderson at the dish for the second time this afternoon. He fanned in his first at-bat after a good battle from Whitley. Whitley fell down in the count 3-0, but managed to come back with 3 really good strikes to set down Anderson. He comes up to the plate here with 1 away, runner on first. First pitch stays inside for ball 1. Willie taking his time here, keeping an eye on the runner at first. This one is fouled away. Arrington hasn't been the biggest threat on the base paths for the Tigers this year, but he's been efficient, stealing 3 bases on just 4 attempts. Statesman wanting to keep an eye on him as this one's taken on the inside corner for strike 2. Anderson thought about going around that time. So now 1-2 to the freshman designated hitter. Noah Bachman waiting on deck. Here's the pitch from Whitley. Anderson thought about going after it, but he holds up in time, and we're going to have no appeal down. It's now 2-2. The young batter for the Tigers getting some encouragement from the home dugout as he looks to come through here. The 2-2. Swung on and missed for strike 3, so Anderson is set down via strikes for the second time this afternoon. And that'll bring up Noah Bachman. Noah Bachman 0 for 1 on the afternoon with a strikeout. That came in the last inning. Both Anderson and Bachman were set down via the punch-out to start out the inning. But then the Tigers rally for 3 runs. That was capped off, as we mentioned earlier, by the 3-run inside the Parker, and this time Bachman got around on that one pretty well. Center fielder makes a good read off the bat, though, and that is the 3rd and final out here in the bottom of the 3rd, and it does mark the end of the 3rd inning. So Ouachita does have 1 runner reach via the error, but no further damage done. Score holds 5-1, Tigers in the driver's seat as we head to the 4th inning. You're watching Tiger Baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
At Ouachita, we care deeply for our students, and we are seeking to invest in them every day.
My professors are some of the best people I've ever met. They love me, they care for me, they care about my well-being.
Faculty are so open to helping you, even outside of the classroom. Like the night before the test, they'll stay up till late in case you need help. And they're really open about that, just really helping you understand everything.
The faculty has challenged me in a way that I feel equipped for whatever comes my way outside of Ouachita.
The faculty and staff really pour into me every day in class, but also out of class. They're really invested in my future.
We develop relationships, and we really seek to pour into the whole person.
And we are back live here at Rab Rogers Field. New pitcher for the Tigers, as that will be the day for Bo Burson. Coach Howard likely trying to conserve him for the weekend series against Arkansas Tech. So the Tigers will hand the ball over here to the right-hander out of box side. It's Hunter Gautreaux. Gautreaux split time between the starting rotation and the bullpen this year. One of his more memorable outings here at Rab Rogers Field this year was just a couple weeks ago against Christian Brothers when he recorded a rare 9-out save. Didn't allow any runs to the Buccaneers. He'd like a repeat of that outing right here. I'm sure his team wouldn't mind it either. 3, 4, and 5 due up for the Statesmen here as we begin to reach the middle innings of this ball game. A lot of action in those first 3 innings. Ouachita strikes for 5 runs in the first 2, courtesy of RBI and base hits by Judd Arrington and Isaac Nowell in the bottom of the first, and then G. Allen with a 3-run inside the Parker back in the second. Delta State did drive in a run in the top of the third, but grounded into a double play ball with the bases loaded. That's set up for the strikeout for Burson. That was his 4th of the ball game. But now it'll be up to Gautreaux on the mound. He's been good in his last several outings, and he'll look to keep up his momentum right here. First pitch. That one runs high and outside for ball 1. It's Kirkland Trahan at the plate for the Statesman. He's 0 for 1 on the afternoon. The 1-0 is going to stay outside as well for ball 2. So it's clear that Gautreaux trying to work him outside, at least to start the at-bat here in this righty-on-lefty matchup. We'll see what he comes with here. The 2-1 swung on and missed for strike 1. So Gautreaux sticking with the fastball that time, and he got Trahan to swing right through it. The senior right-hander's fastball's got some good late life on it, as the 2-1 is drilled back up the middle for the base hit. It's the 3rd of the afternoon for Delta State. 1st of the afternoon for Trahan. And there will be 1 on and nobody out now for Jake Barlow. This is the guy that Delta State wants at the plate right now. He's homered 8 times, one of the top guys for driving runs in, and he's also got 19 RBIs. Here's the first pitch. That one stays outside for ball 1. And a lot of dirt getting kicked up out there in center field right now. So we've got some powerful winds this afternoon. We've had plenty of windy games at Rab Rogers Field this weekend. This one's going to be fouled off for strike 1. Wind is starting to blow out towards left field, which can be troublesome when you have a powerful right-handed batter at the plate. Now we'll have the 1-1 from Gautreaux. That one swung on and missed for strike 2. Got him to go after the low breaking ball that time that dips out of the zone. Barlow looking to avoid becoming a strikeout victim for the second time this afternoon. 1-2. Stays low and outside for ball 2. Ouachita here looking for their 18th win of the 2022 season. As Gautreaux gets set, and now here's the 2-2. That one locks him up for strike 3. Barlow's not happy with the call at all. He goes down looking his second punch out of the ball game, and that's going to bring up Hayden Cooper. So a good comeback that time from Gautreaux after starting off the inning by giving up the base hit up the middle. He comes back with a punch out against one of the most powerful bats in this Delta State lineup. He's not fully in the clear yet, as Delta State's got another good batter at the plate here, Hayden Cooper. .264 batting average on the year, 3 home runs and 11 RBIs. So far, he's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. He's going to take this one on the inside corner for strike 1. Cooper, the 5-hole hitter for the Statesmen, as we have a check over at first. Runners back in time. Gautreaux resets here. Now the 0-1. Goes after this one in the dirt for strike 2. So Cooper in the hole for the second time this afternoon. Back in the second, he was a part of that 1-2-3 inning from Burson where he struck out the side. Looking to avoid his second punch out of the ball game right here. Gautreaux, the 0-2. Cooper thought about it that time, but he holds off. So it's 1-2. Gautreaux trying to get these batters to go after pitches outside for the punch out. In that last at-bat, he locked up Barlow by keeping it on the outside corner. There's another good outside pitch that time from Gautreaux, but can't get Cooper to chase. It's now 2-2. So the battle will continue here in this righty-on-righty matchup. Here's the 2-2. That one, this could be a tailor-made double play ball. Throw over to first is in time. And just like that, Hunter Gautreaux gets out of the inning. So after the leadoff base hit, Delta State has a batter go down via the punch-out. That was Barlow. And then Hayden Cooper grounds into the double play to end the inning. It's another good inning in the field for Ouachita. They'll have a chance at the plate when we come back. You're watching Tiger Baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
Certainly, there's no better time than now, and I think the sooner the better as you go through life to get your education completed. We wanted it to be practical. We wanted it to be accessible.
Students, I think, that are learning online have the same desires, same needs, and it's up to us to come up with as creative ways as possible of making sure that all those needs are met.
It's not just getting a degree, it's not just checking a box, it's about us investing an education into these students.
And we welcome you back now to Tiger Baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. Top of the order due up for the Tigers here, as Cade Burris is set to lead us off at the plate. He's reached in his first 2 plate appearances, first time. He reached via a single, came around to score, then in his following at-bat, he reached via the walk and again came around to score on the 3-run inside the park home run by G. Allen. We will see him here in the bottom of the 4th as he is in the hole right now, following Dustin Bermudez, who is on deck. 0-1 pitch is swung on and missed for strike 2. So Burris will have to make some adjustments here with 2 strikes. Delta State sticking with Whitley on the mound. Despite the rough start, he did bounce back in that last inning by recording his first scoreless frame of the ball game. This one is chopped foul. Good job there from Burris to battle off a good pitch from Whitley. Now we'll have the 0-2. That one's ripped foul again. So the battle will continue here as the Tigers' right fielder looking to stay alive and get on base here to start out this inning. He started both run rallies for the Tigers, as now he had the 0-2. That one runs in the dirt for ball 1. Burris, the experienced player, looking for the right pitch. This one's going to be swung on and missed, though, for strike 3. Whitley enticed him that time with the low breaking ball, and he went around going after it. So that's 1 out in the inning. It's another strikeout for Whitley, his 4th of the ball game, and that's going to bring up Dustin Bermudez. Bermudez is 0 for 1 on the day with a walk, as that one catches the inside corner for strike 1. It hasn't been much of a struggle for Whitley to get those first 2 outs in innings in this game. It's really been those 2-run rallies, or those 2-out rallies, that have come back to bite him, as this one runs outside for ball 1. All 5 of the Tigers' runs so far have come across with 2 outs in the inning, as this one is chopped foul. So now Bermudez going to have to try and fight here with 2 strikes. Willie's done a good job here early in the 4th inning, trying to get ahead on these talented Ouachita hitters. The 1-2 on the way. That one is fouled back into the backstop. So again, it'll be 1-2 to Bermudez. Whitley looking to put him away, and this one's going to be fouled into the backstop. Based on how hard that one hit the top of the protective netting here behind home plate, Bermudez didn't miss that one by much. Timing was just a bit off. Now we'll have the 1-2. That one's in the dirt for ball 2. G. Allen waits on deck for Ouachita. He's already off to a great start this afternoon. Homered in his last plate appearance on an inside the park home run at that. 2-2. And that one's popped up into shallow left field. This could be a tough play as both statesmen are coming in. But Brett Burrell does manage to wave off the left fielder that time, Blake Dindy. So we're now 2 away in the inning, and that's going to bring up G. Allen. And right now that wind blowing in and a little bit towards right field. Whitley doesn't want the ball to carry too much, or for that wind to carry. As Allen is dangerous and he blasts one here. No doubt about it. Actually, no. The wind was blowing in that time. It looked like a no-doubter off the bat. But he does get a little assistance from the wind, so the wind does stay blowing in towards home plate. And it's out number 3 in the inning. It's a loud out number 3 for the Tigers. Their final here in the bottom of the 4th. But they still lead it as we go to the 5th inning. Your score, Ouachita 5, Delta State 1. Hunter Gautreaux is back on the mound. When we come back, you're watching Tiger Baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
I've heard people say Ouachita. Ouachita.
Achita.
Ouachita.
Is it pronounced Ouachita?
Searching for Ouachita Baptist University.
Back in Texas, everybody pronounces it Wichita, but really, it's Ouachita.
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 How would you pronounce it?
Ouachita.
Ouachita.
It's Ouachita Baptist University. Get it right.
It's Ouachita, people. It's Ouachita.
Ouachita.
And we welcome you back now to Tiger Baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. Hunter Gautreaux back out on the mound for his 2nd inning of work. He was very good in the 4th after giving up a leadoff base hit. Got the strikeout and then a double play ball to end the inning. This one's taken for ball 1. It's Blake Dindy at the plate for Delta State. He's 0 for 1 on the afternoon with a strikeout as this one's drilled back up the middle. And Delta State will start the 5th inning the same way they started the 4th. A leadoff single up the middle. And that's going to bring up Dalton Cummins. The Statesman looking to bounce back after giving up some runs early. 5 runs in those first 2 innings for the Tigers. RBI base hits by Isaac Nowell and Judd Arrington. And then a 3-run inside the park home run to the opposite field from G. Allen. A few moments ago, we thought Allen had another home run. Would have been his 9th of the year and 2nd of the afternoon. But the wind did pick it up just a bit and kept it in the yard for a loud out number 3. But Gautreaux quickly has Dalton Cummins down in the count here 0-2. We'll see if he goes for the punch out or the double play ball. He's already gotten 1 in this outing. Went low that time, but couldn't entice the batter. It's now 1-2. Dalton Cummins owns one of the 4 hits for the Statesmen so far this afternoon as we reach the middle innings of this one. And he squared that one up fairly well, but his timing was off, so it's a foul ball. Gautreaux looking to record his second punch out of the ball game, making yet another relief appearance here today. He's been good out of the bullpen since making the move. As now we have the 1-2. That one's in the dirt for ball 2, and you could tell that Cummins that time thought about it. But he did a good job that time to hold up. 2-2 count, runner on first, still nobody out in the inning for Delta State. Here's the next pitch from the senior out of box side. It's dribbled down to third. The only play is going to be over at first, and the throw, they say it wasn't there in time. Allen hesitated a bit there as he thought he might have enough to turn 2. And that moment of hesitation allowed Cummins to reach on what will be ruled an infield single. So tip your cap there to Cummins. He was hustling on what possibly could have been a double play ball, turned it into what could have been a fielder's choice, and ultimately beat it out for an infield base hit. Now Brett Burrell has an RBI opportunity with nobody out. He's 1 for 1 on the afternoon and looking to build on that here as this one's taken high and outside for ball 1. Gabe Stockton waits on deck for Delta State, and then the lineup card will turn over for the Statesmen. And this one's hit down the line. Good effort there by Allen, but it stays foul. We'll see if Gautreaux goes for the ground ball again here. He made a good pitch last time. Cummins was just able to get enough of it to where he could beat it out at first. And now we have a check over at second, and there's nobody there. And heads up play there by Talon Heine. And hold on, we're going to have a balk call. And now Coach Howard's going to go out to talk with the umpire as there's some confusion here. I think what the umpire is trying to say is that it was a balk because there was nobody there to cover. And the infielders made no motion to try to go over and make the play. So both runners get a free base. And it looks like that might be... No, maybe we're going to have a mound visit here, unless the Tigers go to perhaps Bermudez on the mound. There's nobody warming up yet in the home bullpen, but this may just be a mound visit. Long discussion out on the mound right now, and now the home plate umpire is going to start to make his way up to the mound, but the Tigers do disband here as they are now ready to resume action. So after some momentary confusion here at Rab Rogers Field, we're ready to go once again. Now it's 2 runners in scoring position for the Statesmen as they look to try and cut into the deficit here in the middle innings. 1-2 from Gautreaux. skips to home plate, and it's a good block that time by Bachman as he keeps it in front of him, and neither of the runners tempted to go that time. Here's the 2-2. That one swung on and missed for strike 3. Second punch out of the ball game for Hunter Gautreaux. And now there's one away for Gabe Stockton, the catcher for Delta State. He represents the bottom of the order as the Statesman's leadoff man. Chad Ragland waits on deck. This one is fouled down the line. Squared that one up pretty well. Stockton, no official at-bats up to this point. He walked in his first plate appearance, making his first appearance of the year for Delta State, and he's going to dribble this one out to short. Thrower to first is in time, but a run does come across to score on the fielder's choice. Tigers now lead it by 3. It's 5-2. But Ouachita in a good spot here to try to get out of the inning with minimal damage. Standing in the way, though, is Chad Ragland. The Statesman's leadoff hitter, leads the team in hits. He's going to take the first pitch here for strike 1. Gautreaux sets here, and now he's ready to go again. The 0-1. That one stays outside for ball 1. Delta State trying to get back into the ball game right here. They trail by 3. They've already gotten 1 run across in the inning, courtesy of the fielder's choice. And that time, it looked like Chad Ragland was trying to go for the suicide squeeze down the line, but it stays foul for strike 2. Gautreaux resets the 1-2. That one is ripped pretty well down to second base, but a good scoop by Bermudez, and he throws it over to Cheney in time for out number 3. Statesmen do get 1 back, but the damage is limited as Hunter Gautreaux gets out of the inning with just 1 earned run. We have reached the midway point in this midweek ball game. Your score, Ouachita 5 and Delta State 2. We'll be back with more Tiger baseball after this.
Getting directions to Ouachita Baptist University.
And we are about ready to resume action with more Tiger baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. We're going to have a new pitcher for the Statesmen here in the bottom of the 5th as Andrew Moreland takes over for Cade Whitley. Likely not the start that Whitley was hoping for, as he allowed 5 earned, but he bounced back after a rocky start, finishes with 4 innings under his belt and 2 scoreless to finish out his outing. Jackson Cheney will lead it off for the Tigers here as 4, 5, and 6 are due up. This one's taken outside for ball 1. Cheney enjoying a good day at the plate so far, 1 for 1 with a walk. He's also stolen a base. 1-0 is hit high out towards center field, but center fielder drifts under it to make the catch for out number 1. So Isaac Nowell comes up to the plate now for the Tigers. He's 1 for 2 on the afternoon with an RBI. That RBI is what got the offense rolling in this game. It was followed up by an RBI single by Judd Arrington later that inning, and then the following inning, G. Allen launches one to left field. It hit off the wall, but he was able to make it around all 4 bases for an inside the Parker, and this one's hit down into the gap, and it's past the right fielder. So we'll see what they scored that one, as here's the throw into second, and Nowell's in there standing up. It was hit well off the bat, but a good read out in right field. Looked like it was going to be a routine play, but it gets past the right fielder. That's Trahan out there. It'll officially go down in the books as a leadoff double for Nowell, his second hit of the ball game, and that's going to bring up Judd Arrington. He's 1 for 2 with an RBI. And another RBI opportunity right here in the middle innings as the Tigers look to add insurance runs. They're currently enjoying a 3-run cushion as this one's taken outside for ball 1. Moreland taking his time here as he's down to Arrington, and Arrington takes this one for ball 2. Not a good spot to be in against one of the toughest outs in the GAC. Arrington, not necessarily the most powerful bat in this Ouachita lineup, but he is one of the most decisive. And when he gets one that he likes, he can drive it pretty hard. 2-0, runs inside for ball 3. Arrington perhaps looking to draw his 24th walk of the year. He's currently tied for the team lead with Cade Burris. Here's the 3-0 from Moreland. That one's right there for strike 1. So with count leverage, we'll see if Arrington has the green light right here. This is the spot he likes to be in. He's driven in 14 runs already this year. 1 this afternoon. And he'd like to add to both of those totals right here. The 3-1. Good fastball that time, and Arrington takes it for strike 2. Arrington trying to make Moreland work here. We're going to have a payoff pitch here in just a second. Here it is. That one is fouled away. That was the 6th pitch of the at-bat. Just for a point of reference, the first 2 men that Moreland faced in this inning, those at-bats were a combined 4 pitches. So Ouachita's hit leader trying to regroup here. The right-hander sets, keeps an eye on now. And the 3-2. That one's popped out of play again. So the battle will continue here as Arrington looks for one that he likes. He's done a good job of fending off some good pitches from Moreland. Trying to either drive one here and get it into the outfield, or he's looking for ball 4. The 3-2. Again, that one's fouled away. So Moreland's got to be frustrated here as he keeps trying to put Arrington away. He's made some good pitches, but Arrington's showing why he's been such a headache for all the pitchers that he's faced this year, as he refuses to go down without a fight. Ninth pitch of the at-bat upcoming. Here it is. That one goes outside for ball 4. So Arrington does a good job of running up Moreland's pitch count that time and getting down to first safely. And that's going to bring up Talon Heine here, and yet another RBI opportunity for the Tigers. Heine 0 for 2 on the afternoon. He's been a solid bat in the Tigers lineup this year. .293 batting average coming into this plate appearance. Trying to better it here, but he swings and misses for strike 1 on a ball that darts out of the zone. Quick look at the stats for Andrew Moreland. He's been excellent out of the pen for Delta State this year. 5 1/3 innings of work. He's only allowed 3 hits, 3 strikeouts to his name as well. Sun's starting to peek through the clouds here now at Rab Rogers Field on what has been a beautiful afternoon of baseball, even with the cloudy skies. Next pitch is hit up, and we'll see if this one stays in the infield, as it looks like it's going to drift out towards the shallow outfield grass. Play is made for out number 2. That was Brett Burrell coming all the way over from shortstop that time. He was all the way past the second base bag on the right side of it to make the play that time. And now we'll be up to Tucker Anderson to try and keep this inning alive for the Tigers. As this one catches the inside corner for strike 1. And we have had an update in the scorebook as they've gone back and they've said now that Isaac Nowell reached on a 2-base error. So that is the second error of the ballgame for the Statesmen, and the Tigers are still at 5 hits on the afternoon. 0-1 catches the zone for strike 2. Anderson looking to avoid the hat trick. He's already fanned twice in this game. Looking to try and bow back here and perhaps put one in play. Yo, 2. That one's drilled down the line. Will this one stay fair? No, it will not, but Anderson did not miss that one by much at all. As had it stayed fair, that likely would have been 1 run and perhaps even 2. So a bit of a frustrating moment there for the freshman, but he'll try to straighten out his swing and repeat that again. As you don't square up too many baseballs that well while keeping them in the yard. The 0-2. That one skips to home plate for ball 1. So Anderson, after falling down 0-2, drives one down the line, and he takes ball 1 on that last pitch. So we've got a nice little battle going here in this righty-on-righty matchup. One, 2. That one skips to the plate for ball 2. Anderson, although the results haven't been in his favor yet, has put up some good battles at the plate, namely that first at-bat that he had when he worked the count to 3-0. Received 3 really good pitches for 3 strikes. That was his first punch out of the ball game. But a chance to change his fortunes right here. The 2-2 skips to home plate for ball 3. Noah Bogman waits on deck if the Tigers can keep the line moving here. Moreland trying to get out of the inning with no damage done, and we're going to have a step off. Now's been playing a bit of mind games all inning long with Moreland with his leads at second. Here's the payoff pitch. That one stays outside for ball 4. So an excellent take that time from Anderson as he works all the way back from 0-2 to 4. To ball 4. And now we're going to have a pinch hitter for Ouachita, and is perhaps the last man that Delta State wanted to see at the plate right now. It's Wyatt Core. Making a late entry into the ball game. And what a stretch he's had on his home turf over the last few weeks. In his last 4 games, 4 home runs. And he's also driven in at least 1 run in each of the Tigers' last 5 home games here at Rab Rogers Field. He's got a chance to drive in multiple here if he can get one deep enough into the outfield. First pitch is popped up. Over to the right side, running out of room. And it is going to fall to the ground in foul territory. That one was over near our camera on the first base side. Those 4 home runs for Core came in 4 games. The first one against Christian Brothers. And the last 3 against Southwestern Oklahoma State. That included a multi-home run game in game 1 of that series against the Bulldogs. Core's performance over that stretch was good enough to earn him GAC Player of the Week honors. He joins G. Allen as the second Tiger player to win that award this year. But now the freshman pinch hitter steps back into the plate following foul ball. It's 0-1. Wind blowing in hard here. The 0-1. That one is drilled to the left side, and the streak continues for Core. 1 run's going to score. They wave around the second runner. Here's the play at the plate, and he is safe. Runner takes third. And it's a 2 RBI base hit for Core with 2 away in the inning. So Wyatt Core's streak continues here at Rab Rogers Field, make it 6 straight games with an RBI base hit. And it's now 7-2 Tigers. It's only the first hit that Moreland has allowed in this inning. Now reached courtesy of the error with one away. Moreland walked 2. And then he gave up that hit to Core with the bases loaded. How about Tucker Anderson with a heads-up base running that time? Saw the throw to the plate was going to be close, and he kept on hustling. Catcher was distracted, waiting for the call. And that allowed the freshman base runner for the Tigers to move up an extra 90 feet. And now the lineup card turns over for Ouachita. 1, 2, 3 due up, and we have this mound visit will continue for Delta State. They've got multiple relievers warming up out there in the bullpen right now. 2 righties. Ouachita looking to put up double-digit runs for the 3rd time in their last 4 games at home here this afternoon. They've already put up 7. And they've received a good combined pitching performance from Bo Burson and Hunter Gotro. 2 seniors have been excellent on the mound. We'll see if Gotro comes out for a 3rd inning of relief work or if the Tigers turn it over to a new arm. But before then, Delta State's got to try and get the 3rd and final out here in the bottom of the 5th. And to do that, they're going to have to face off against a guy that they've only gotten out 1 time in this game. It's Cade Burris. He's 1 for 2. He has a walk to his name, and he scored twice. First pitch. That one stays low for ball 1. Here's the 1-0. That one stays too low for ball 2, and this is not where you want to be against Burris. If he sees one that he likes here, I'm sure he's not going to shy away from trying to drive it. Top 3 on the team in RBIs. And he's also hit 3 over the wall this year, 2 right here at Rab Rogers Field. 2-0. Umpire says that one catches the high inside corner for strike 1. We've seen the wind change direction several times throughout this game. Is now starting to blow out towards right field and back towards home plate as this one is taken for strike 2. Burris looking to keep the inning alive, but the Tigers have already scratched across 2 runs, courtesy of the 2 RBI base hit by Wyatt Core. Two, runner in motion. That one's taken high for ball 3. Throw down is in time. Looked like a bit of a decoy that time as Jake Barlow, the second baseman, was hustling in, and that covered up Brett Burrell, who was right there to make the snap tag for out number 3. So Cade Burris will return to the plate in the bottom of the 5th inning, but in the bottom of the 6th inning, as the 5th inning is in the books, but it was a good one for the Tigers as they drive in 2 runs here off the bat of Wyatt Core in a pinch hitting situation. Tigers are back up by 5. Hunter Gotro will be back on the mound when we return. You're watching Tiger Baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
The American dream to me as an immigrant means having the opportunities that my parents didn't have. Being the first one in my family to graduate, it meant everything my parents sacrificed for me to get to this point. It was paying off.
Estoy muy orgulloso de Michael por haberse graduado de colegio.
My path to a college degree would have been completely different had I not had a scholarship. It would just relieved a lot of the financial burden.
And we welcome you back to Tiger Baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. Ouachita leads it right now, facing Delta State, score 7-2. The Tigers looking to defeat Delta State for just the 5th time since the start of the 2011 season. The two teams have met 18 times in that stretch, including this game that we're seeing right now. Statesman looking to try and come back here and avenge their loss in the last meeting between these two teams when Ouachita defeated them on their own home turf. The final score in that one was 9-5, and that occurred all the way back on March 10th of 2020. Hunter Gautreau about to start his 3rd inning of relief work. Here's the first pitch. That one's low for ball 1. Leading off the inning at the plate for Delta State, it's Hayden White. Two, 3, and 4 due up for Delta State to lead off the inning. This one is dribbled out to Judd Arrington. Arrington throws it across the diamond to Cheney, and it's in time for out number 1. So score that one a 6-3, and that's going to bring up Kirkland Trahan. Trahan 1 for 2 on the afternoon. Looking to get something started for his team here as he grounds this one over to the right side, foul. We've ended up having a pretty good crowd here at Rab Rogers Field for this midweek edition of Tiger Baseball. As classes have now started to wrap up for the day, and we're seeing a few more fans file in. The 0-1 is taken for ball 1. Here's the 1-1. That one's taken for ball 2 as it stayed outside that time. And we're starting to see the wind blow out towards right field, but now it's starting to blow back towards home plate as we've had many sporadic changes in wind patterns in this game. It's proven to be pretty troublesome for lefties as G. Allen earlier in the ball game, after already hitting an inside the park home run, drilled one to right field, one of the hardest balls he's hit all year. But the wind kept it in the yard for a loud out number 3 to end that inning. Meanwhile, Hunter Gautreau loses the batter here for ball 4. It's going to be a walk, Gautreau's first of this outing. So Trahan reaches, and that's going to bring up Jake Barlow. This one's taken outside for ball 1. Barlow looking to change his fortunes here, as he's already struck out twice. And the 1-0 is fouled into the backstop. Ouachita getting a great outing from their senior pitchers this afternoon. As Gautreau throws the 1-1 here, and that one's dribbled foul. Gautreau perhaps trying to get his second double play ball in just 3 innings of work. The Tigers do have a left-hander getting loose right now. Hard to tell from here, but we may see him later in the ball game as Ouachita splitting up the effort between their pitching staff today in this midweek matchup, trying to conserve some arms for the weekend. And this one is hit high down the right field line, and that one is past the visitors' bullpen out there. So we'll see another 2-strike pitch right here from Gautreaux. Barlow looking to avoid the hat trick. 1-2 is popped straight up. And Bermudez is under it. He makes the play for the second out of the inning. And Barlow is retired for the third time this afternoon. That's going to bring up Hayden Cooper. Ouachita's got to be happy that they've had so much success against Barlow, one of the more talented bats in this Delta State lineup, which has plenty of talent to spare. As seen here, this one's drilled through the hole on the left side for the 6th hit of the ball game for the Statesmen. Cooper wasting no time there, and he's on with his first base hit of the ball game. He's going to bring up Blake Dindy. Dindy 1 for 2 on the afternoon. He struck out once, and now Coach Howard making a long walk out to the mound, and we'll see if this is the day for Gautreaux. Dustin Bermudez joining Coach Howard, and Noah Bogman out there on the mound for this mound visit. And Gautreaux is going to stay in here, at least for the time being. Coach probably wants him to get this final out here to record yet another inning of relief work. It would be a solid 3. We can get this final out right here. Gautreaux's had his fair share of adversity in this outing, but he's done a pretty good job getting out of jams. He's only allowed 1 run up to this point. And this one is popped up down the left field line, and that one's hooking past the home bullpen, and it actually ends up landing right inside the divider there in the home bullpen, and it bounces out. So we'll regroup here. 0-1 the count. 2 away in the inning, 2 on, and Noah Bachman. Actually, that's Cade Burris now out there at catcher. As he switches over to his usual position from the outfield. That likely occurred during the switches. Now we see Wyatt Core out there in right field. Core usually splits time between that position and second base. He's also served as a designated hitter at time for the Tigers, and this one's ripped towards the gap. He's going to have to get on his horse to get to this one, and Haney makes the play. Great hustle that time from the center fielder for the Tigers. And Ouachita gets out of the inning with no damage done. Statesmen strand 2 here in the 6th inning. They still trail by 5 as we head to the bottom of the 6th. You're watching Tiger Baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
I've I've heard people say, oh, Ouachita. Oh, Wichita.
Ouachita.
Ouachita.
Is it pronounced Ouachita?
Searching for Ouachita Baptist University.
Back in Texas, everybody pronounces it Wichita, but really, it's Washita.
Washita. Washita.
How would you pronounce it?
Washita.
Washita.
It's Ouachita Baptist University. Get it right.
It's Washita, people. It's Washita.
Washita.
And we welcome you back now to Tiger Baseball on the Washita Sports Digital Network. Cade Burris takes ball one here. He returns back out to the plate after the runner was thrown out trying to steal to end the inning in the bottom of the fifth. Tigers struck for 2 runs in that inning, courtesy of the 2-run base hit by Wyatt Core, who entered the game late. And Burris finds himself in a hitter-friendly count here, 2-0 early. Top of the order due up to lead off the inning for the Tigers, as here's the 2-0. That one catches the zone for strike one. Washita looking to try and add on to their lead here as the 2-1 runs inside and almost got Burris that time. But now he finds himself with good count leverage, nobody out in the inning. Moreland's going to have to make a good pitch here. The 3-1. That one swung on in, missed for strike two. Didn't look to be off on timing too much that time, but Burris does miss, and now he'll get the payoff pitch, and that one's taken outside for ball 4. Burris walks for the second time this afternoon, and that's going to bring up Dustin Bermudez. Bermudez 0 for 2 on the afternoon. He has walked once, though, and he came around to score. As now Moreland taking his time to get set up here. They're going to keep an eye on Burris, who coming into this game was in the top 3 in stolen bases on the team. That one swung on and missed for strike one. The stolen base category, not necessarily one that has traditionally belonged to the catcher, but Burris, an all-around athlete for the Tigers. And we're going to have Bermudez try to bunt his way on here, but ends up bouncing back into his bat for strike two. Washita trying to avoid the double play ball here, as that's exactly what Moreland and his squad want. In this situation, they're trying to get back into this thing. They're down to their final 9 outs already. The 0-2. That one is drilled past the diving third baseman, and that's into the outfield for another base hit for the Tigers, their 7th of the ball game. And now there's trouble brewing as G. Allen comes up to the plate. Allen 1 for 3 on the afternoon with a homer. It was an inside the park home run to the opposite field. And that might be a troublesome sign right now as the American flag is flying out towards right field. Allen didn't have the help of the wind in his last at-bat when he drilled the first pitch to right field. Wind blew it in just enough to where the right fielder was able to make the play. But that one jumped off the bat. It looked like a no-doubter at first. First pitch is swung on in, missed for strike one. Allen tied Tyler Reebok for the most home runs since the start of the 2020 season earlier today. Reebok had 8 during the 2020 campaign, and Allen's hit his 8th here this afternoon. He's going to take strike 2 here. So Allen down quickly in the hole here, 0-2. Trying to avoid the punch out in this RBI opportunity. 2 runners on, nobody out. 0-2. That one is chopped foul down the right field line. In fact, it'll bounce all the way up in front of the visitor bullpen out there. So Allen will have at least one more here in this at-bat. Moreland looking to put away the Tigers' dangerous third baseman. The 0-2. That one stays outside for ball 1. Allen regrouping here for the 1-2. Moreland trying to put him away, and we're going to have time call. Jackson Chaney waits on deck for the Tigers. Moreland checks the runner, now the 1-2. That one stays too high, and it's outside for ball 2. Allen would love to get one that he could drive here, but he's also no stranger to the walk. Was second on the team in walks coming into this ball game. Just one behind Cade Burris and Judd Arrington, the 2-2. That one stays too far outside for ball 3. Moreland trying not to get burned by Allen. Got to be careful against a good hitter like this. Wind blowing out to right field. The payoff pitch. That one's fouled away. So the battle will continue here. It's been a good one. So we'll see at least one more pitch here in this righty on lefty matchup. Allen looking to come through for his squad. Tigers already enjoying a sizable cushion, but really looking to break the game open with a big hit right here. The payoff pitch is ripped to the right side, and it's past a diving first baseman. That's going to get through. They send around the runner, and he is in to score. That's Cade Burris sliding into home plate for the 8th run of the ball game for the Tigers. It's now 8-2 Ouachita. So a good job there by Allen, staying within himself to pick up the RBI base hit. That's his 4th RBI of the afternoon. He now has 32 RBIs on the year. And now we're going to have a mound visit, as that should be the day for Moreland. Indeed, we have a new arm for Delta State, and we'll introduce you to him when we come back. You're watching Tiger Baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
Getting directions to Ouachita Baptist University.
Charles Darnell, the new pitcher for Delta State, as he will look to limit the damage here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Tigers have already struck for 1 run, and they have 2 runners on with nobody out here. Ouachita currently enjoying a 6-run lead. And the heart of the order is due up with the cleanup man, Cade Burris. Or excuse me, not Cade Burris, Jackson Cheney. Due up at the plate when we resume. Cade Burris actually just came around to score on the RBI single by G. Allen. That was his 4th run driven into the ball game as he has enjoyed a great day at the plate. He had an inside the park home run earlier in the ball game. Comes through with another RBI base hit right there. Wherever you're watching this game from, whether it be Arkansas, Mississippi, or beyond, we thank you for watching the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. This is a student-led broadcast by our broadcasting program here at Ouachita Baptist University. Now we're ready to resume action as Darnell's warm-ups are in the books. And here we go. First pitch. Catches the inside corner for strike 1. Darnell, it's been an up-and-down year so far. 5 2/3 innings of work under his belt so far. He has an ERA north of 11. The 0-1. Now one catches the inside corner for strike 2. Senior right-hander's got a really good fastball that he likes to use on the inside corner, and that's what we're seeing right here. Trying to set down Cheney. The 0-2. That one swung on and missed for strike 3. And that's exactly what Delta State wanted out of their relief man. 3 pitches and a strikeout already for Darnell. That's his 6th strikeout of the year. And that'll bring up Isaac Nowell. Nowell 1 for 3 on the afternoon with an RBI. That RBI base hit is what got the scoring going in this game. Darnell throws one here, and it's popped up into shallow territory. Foul territory, actually, and it ends up hitting off the top of the batting cages out there on the right field side. So it's now 0-1 to the Tigers freshman left fielder. Eight runs on 8 hits and no errors in the ball game for Ouachita. They've gotten a good combined pitching effort, starting out with Bo Burson, who set down the first 6 men that he faced. And then Hunter Gotro providing some good relief work over the middle innings. And now we have an appeal down. And no appeal down. The umpire's going to go ahead and make the call himself. It's a strike. Now Coach Howard wanted to talk things over here. And now it looks like we're ready to resume action here after the brief pause. Still 2 on and just 1 away here for the Tigers in the inning, and now looking to come through with another RBI right here. Bermudez takes a sizable lead off a second, and he's able to get back in time. Keeping an eye on the runner, the 0-2. Is drilled back up the middle, and it gets past both middle infielders. That's in for a base hit. Runner comes around to score, and the throw is wide at third, but a good stop there. That was Dalton Cummins making the diving stop. It could have been another error on the throw for the Statesman. A run does come across to score for Ouachita. They're 9th of the ball game. They are now enjoying a 7-run lead. It's the second RBI of the afternoon for Nowell on his second base hit. And Judd Arrington will look to keep the line moving here. 1 for 2 on the afternoon with an RBI himself. He's also walked once. Here's the first pitch. That one's fouled into the backstop. Ouachita looking for their 18th victory of the year this afternoon. We're just in the middle part of the season right now, but if the Tigers could manage to get the victory, they would match their win total from last year. It's been an impressive start to 2022 for this young Tiger squad, and the 0-1 is in the dirt for ball one. In the 2022 Great American Conference preseason polls for baseball, Ouachita was projected to finish 10th in the conference. They're currently tied for second place in the standings with 6 of the conference series already in the books. They're knotted up with Henderson State, SAU in first, and the 1-1 runs inside, and they'll say that one hit him. So Judd Arrington reaches for the 3rd time this afternoon. That's going to bring up Talon Heine. Ducks on the pond for OBU. Force at any base here for Delta State. As we'll see if Darnell tries to go for the ground ball here. Heine 0 for 3 on the afternoon. Looking to change that right here. That one's hit pretty well out to short, but this could be a tailor-made double play, and indeed it is. So that double play ball ends the inning, but the Tigers do scratch across 2 runs here in the bottom of the 6th. They lead it by 7 as we head to the 7th inning. You're watching Tiger Baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
Certainly, there's no better time than now, and I think the sooner the better as you go through life to get your education completed. We wanted it to be practical. We wanted it to be accessible.
Students, I think, that are learning online have the same desires, same needs, and it's up to us to come up with as creative ways as possible of making sure that all those needs are met.
It's not just getting a degree, it's not just checking a box, it's about us investing an education into these students.
And we welcome you back now to Tiger Baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. We're 2/3 of the way home here in this midweek matchup between Delta State and the Tigers. It's been a good day for Ouachita. They've gotten some good efforts on the mound from Bo Burson to start it out, and then Hunter Gotro in the middle innings, and now they'll hand it over to Caleb Donahoe. Donahoe will get his stats here in just a minute. He's been good for the Tigers this year in relief. 10 2/3 innings of work. He has a 4.22 ERA. He struck out 8. He'll be tasked with trying to keep the game right where it is, as Ouachita is already enjoying a sizable lead. looking to hold on to make it back-to-back victories against Delta State. This is the first time these two teams have met since the COVID-shortened 2020 season. Ouachita did win their last meeting by a score of 9-5. Tigers also looking to match their win totals from last season with a victory here today. Here's the first pitch. And it's a bunt. Pretty good one here. Donahoe gloves it. Throw over to first. Great play. It's in time. That was not an easy play by any means, and Donahoe showing great range that time. And he makes a good throw. That's going to bring up Brett Burrell. Still a good day for Dalton Cummins, as that was the first time that Ouachita's managed to get him out in this ball game. This pitch, though, will be swung on and missed for strike one as Brett Burrell falls down early 0-1. Next pitch is fouled into the backstop, so it's now 0-2. Donahoe looking to set him down via the punch out, and he's going to do just that right here. Had him out in front on a good breaking ball that broke below the zone that time. And Donahoe perhaps looking for a 1-2-3 inning out of the pen. Gabe Stockton looking to keep the inning alive for Delta State. He's 0 for 1 on the afternoon with a walk. He's also got an RBI to his name, as this one stays outside for ball one. Stockton making his first start of the year this afternoon. He's going to foul this one into the backstop. Now we'll have the 1-1. That one runs high for ball two. So count leverage now for Stockton as the Statesmen look for a little two-out magic here in the top of the second. Ouachita looking to get to stretch time with a 1-2-3 inning. The 2-1. Howland's taken high and will have an appeal down. They say he held up in time. It's now 3-1 to the catcher for Delta State. Statesmen looking to stave off their 9th loss of the year with a victory here today. And that one catches the zone for strike two. Stockton was already on his way down to first, but umpire makes the signal for strike two. Donahoe looking for the 1-2-3 inning. The payoff pitch. Swung on and missed for strike three. Caleb Donahoe with the 1-2-3 inning out of the bullpen here in the 7th inning. It's stretch time now at Rab Rogers Field, and the Tigers will have a chance to add on to their lead when we come back. You're watching Tiger Baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. We welcome you back now to stretch time at Rab Rogers Field as Tucker Anderson is set to lead off the bottom of the 7th inning for the Tigers. It's been a good day for Ouachita here in front of the home crowd as they lead at 9-2. And this one's popped out of play. Statesman down to their last 6 outs of the ball game. Ouachita looking to hold on here, as this one is popped up into second base. And that's caught for out number 1. Looked like that one might have drifted out towards the outfield that time, but it was blown back in. So Wyatt Coors up at the plate, and he takes ball 1 right here. 1 for 1 on the afternoon after entering the game late as a pinch hitter. He drove in too with a bases loaded single in his first plate appearance and looking to add on here. He hits one fairly well out to left field, but this one is going to die out near the gap that time, and center fielder Chad Ragland was right there to make the play. So 2 quick outs here in the bottom of the 7th, and that's going to bring up Cade Burris. Burris enjoying a really good day at the plate. He's 1 for 2, and he's walked twice. First pitch runs inside, and the umpire says that it stayed in the zone for strike 1. The 0-1 catches the zone for strike 2, and Darnell really got that fastball working for him right now. Burris will have to adjust with 2 strikes here as he looks to avoid the 1-2-3 inning. Dustin Bermudez waits on deck if the Tigers can keep the inning alive. That one runs inside and almost got Burris. Scary inside fastball that time. The 1-2. That one's foul tipped for strike 3, and Burris kind of throwing his hands up that time as he was trying to call time, but he didn't get it. He had to make a quick adjustment. Either way, that's going to do it here for the 7th inning. Tigers go down 1-2-3 in the bottom half of the frame. They'll be back in the field. When we come back, you're watching Tiger Baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
On my team, I thrive to work as hard as I can. I mean, whatever you do on the field, there's a positive correlation to whatever else you do, be it personal relationships, homework, the way you carry yourself. I've changed since I got to King University. It's really helped me to develop as a leader. I think it's honestly the best thing that's ever happened.
And we welcome you back now to Rab Rogers Field for more Tiger Baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. Ouachita looking to shut the door here. 6 outs to go. And they lead it by 7, the Statesmen. Looking to defy the odds here and try to make a comeback. Here's the first pitch. That one stays inside for ball 1. And Delta State has a program with so much tradition, has got that fighting spirit. They're going to take it down to the final out as this one's fouled back out of play. Donahoe's going to regroup here. And now we'll have the 1-1. That one runs inside and gets him. So it's the first base runner that Donahoe has allowed. It's only the second batter that he's hit all season. And now he will be set to face Hayden White. As Chad Ragland takes a lead off at first. We're going to have a check over. Runners back in time. Tigers probably likely going to keep an eye on Ragland here, as he has stolen 4 bases this year. And this one's ripped down the line, but foul. Squared that one up well, but it hooks into the home bullpen. We'll see if Donahoe tries to go for yet another punch out. He struck out 2 of the first 3 men that he faced out of the bullpen, but right here with a double play ball in order, we'll see if he tries to go for that ground ball. Now we have a step off, and it gets past the first baseman. A little bit of a late jump. We're going to have a throw over. And that one's over the head of Bermudez, covering second. Good cover that time by Arrington, though, backing up Bermudez. That one will likely be scored the first error of the ball game for the Tigers. And indeed it is. So White steps back in here now, but facing an RBI opportunity as the Statesmen look for their first run since the 5th inning. That one popped up and fouled away over towards the concourse, and that one kept carrying out there. So it's now 0-2 to White, looking to erase his 0-for-3 mark on the day. Donahoe looking to get an important out number 1 here in the 8th. He might get it here, but the umpire said he just missed for ball 1. The lefty keeping an eye on that runner at second, the 1-2. Now runs in and gets him, so now Donahoe hits his second batter of the afternoon. And that should be the day for the lefty, as Coach Howard's making the long walk out to the mound. He's already indicated that he's going to the bullpen. And no real need to take a break here, as already we're going to have the new pitcher for Ouachita. It's Hayden Childers. Childers, prior to the season, was known primarily for his role as catcher for the Tigers. But he has proven himself to be a reliable bullpen arm here in 2022. Quick look at the stats. Through 7 1/3 innings of work, he struck out 8. So Ouachita here looking to still looking for their first out here in the 8th inning as they look to get the final 6 outs of the ball game and put away Delta State. Statesman looking to avoid their 9th loss of the year coming into this game. Delta State, who won 16 of its first 24 contests on the year. They're 9-5 in conference play. That's good for 3rd in the Gulf South Conference. Conference that Washingtonians have a lot of experience with as well, as Ouachita was a member of the conference for over a decade. These teams met plenty of times over that decade, and even in the years since, we've seen plenty of Tigers-Statesman matchups. Since the start of the 2011 season, these teams have now met 18 times, including this matchup that you're seeing right now. And Ouachita looking for just its 5th win in that span. Ouachita also looking to get their 18th win of the year this afternoon. That would tie their win total for all of 2021. Good spot to be as we are now in the middle part of the season. 5 GAC series left for the Tigers, including their road matchup against Arkansas Tech. That'll be this weekend. Speaking of Arkansas Tech, the Golden Suns will be at Sully Anderson Field this weekend for a set against the Ouachita Tigers softball team. And you can catch that series right here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. First pitch here swung on and missed for strike 1. It's Kirkland Trahan at the plate right now for Delta State as they look to rally with 2 runners on, nobody out in the inning. Childers looking to limit the damage. Checking the runner at second. The pitch is ripped past. No, it's actually a diving stop by Cheney, and Childers is there in time to cover the bag. It's out number 1. What a beautiful play there by Cheney, as it looked like it was going to get past his glove, but he had great extension that time. He was able to make the diving stop, and he gets it over to Childers in time for out number 1. So now 2 runners in scoring position for Jake Barlow. A very dangerous bat in this Delta State lineup. Hasn't had much success today, as he's 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. But everyone in the ballpark knows that that could change in a hurry. Quick look at the line for Jake Barlow this season. .326 batting average, 8 home runs, and 19 RBIs. That home run total is the top 1 on the team. And after the brief mound visit between Childers and Burris, it looks like we're ready to resume action. Nobody warming up right now in the home bullpen, but there is riding getting loose in Delta State as this one swung on and missed for strike 1. Childers would love to get a strikeout right here, holding those runners at second and third with 2 away in the inning, as this one is ripped towards the gap. That could be trouble. It's past a leaping Wyatt Core, and that's going to be down for extra bases. 1 run comes in to score, and now they'll wave in the second runner. Batter's going for third, and he's thrown out trying to take 3. So Jake Barlow comes through with 2 runs right here batted in. But perhaps a costly mistake, because now instead of 1 away in the inning with a runner in scoring position, there's 2 out as he tries to take third. That would have been just his 2nd triple of the year. As this one is taken high for ball 1. Hayden Cooper at the plate for Delta State. 1 for 3 on the afternoon with a strikeout. And looking to keep things going here for his squad. Allen runs inside. Now the 1-1. That one is hit out short. Good scoop by Arrington. Throw over is in time. And that will do it for the top of the 8th inning. So Delta State does get 2 in the inning, courtesy of the 2 RBI double by Jake Barlow. He was cut down trying to take 3, though. And the Tigers get out of the inning with no further damage done. We're heading to the bottom of the 8th inning. You're watching Tiger Baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
At Ouachita, we care deeply for our students, and we are seeking to invest in them every day.
My professors are some of the best people I've ever met. They love me, they care for me, they care about my well-being.
Faculty are so open to like helping you, even outside of the classroom. Like the night before the test, they'll stay up till late in case you like need help. And they're really open about that, just like really helping you understand everything.
The faculty has challenged me in a way that I feel equipped for whatever comes my way outside of Ouachita.
The faculty and staff really pour into me every day in class, but also out of class. They're really invested in my future.
We develop relationships, and we really seek to pour into the whole person.
We welcome you back now to Tiger Baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. New pitcher for Delta State. It's going to be the right-hander Evan Bynum. He has 4 innings of work under his belt. And he's going to have his work cut out for him here as he's got to face the 2, 3, and 4-hole hitters for Ouachita to start out the inning. It's been an up and down year for Bynum. In his limited appearances, he's accumulated an ERA north of 20. And this one's hit pretty well out to right field, but again, the wind causing it to die out there. And there's 1 away in the inning. That'll bring up G. Allen. Allen's had his own struggles with the wind this afternoon as he hit a loud out number 3 several innings ago that off the bat looked like it would be his 2nd home run of the game. And right here he's going to drill this one up the middle. No wind needed. That's his 3rd base hit of the afternoon. And with 1 away, that'll bring up Jackson Cheney. So what an afternoon it's been for G. Allen. 3 for 5 to go along with 4 RBIs and a home run. An inside the park home run at that. First pitch is taken for ball 1. Bynum taking his time here. He's keeping an eye on Allen. as the 1-0 is in the dirt for ball 2. Hitter friendly count here to Cheney, who has quite a bit of pop in his bat as well. Quite a bit of space on the left side as well, so if he could drive one here to the corner, that could perhaps score a run. And Allen's going to get back in time here on the pickoff attempt. Tigers looking to add perhaps a few more insurance runs before they go back to the field for the top of the 9th, as this one is chopped to the pitcher and thrown over to first in time for out number 2. So now Isaac Nowell, the left fielder for the Tigers, will be tasked with trying to keep the inning alive. It's yet another RBI opportunity for him here. He's already got 2 RBI base hits to his name in this contest. Enjoying a good day at the dish. Judd Arrington waits on deck. Bynum sets, and that one runs in and gets him. And now that time, that one ran high and in. And you could tell that he was taken aback a bit by that one. But he'll take his base. And that'll bring up Judd Arrington, yet another RBI opportunity for Ouachita. Arrington's been good today, 1 for 2. But he's reached base safely 3 times. First time was via the base hit. He later walked in the game. And then in his last plate appearance, he was hit by a pitch. Here's the first pitch of the at-bat. It's taken inside for ball 1. Arrington off to a historic start this season. One of the highest on-base percentages Ouachita has ever seen. As the 1-0 is taken for ball 2. If Arrington can keep up his on-base percentage pace at this point, it could put him in the top 5 all-time in program history for the Tigers. Finds himself with count leverage here. 2-0, 2 away in the inning, 2 runners on. Looking for something to drive the 2-0. That one is hit down to short. It's going to be a tough play. Throw over to second. Runner safe. Throw pulled him off the bag. It was a valiant effort that time from Jake Barlow, trying to keep his foot on the bag, as it was a tough throw there for Brett Burrell. That one's going to be scored an infield base hit, as it would have been tough to make a play anywhere on that one. Got to tip your cap that time to Staceman for just keeping it in the infield. Making it a close play at second. Now Talon Heine up at the plate for Ouachita. Ducks on the pond. And he will be looking to avenge an earlier at-bat where he grounded into a double play with the bases loaded. This one's in the dirt for ball 1. And now we're going to have a mound visit. Gabe Stockton going out to have a word with his reliever. No damage done here yet in the bottom of the 8th, but Bynum hasn't been free from adversity as he has the bases loaded here with 2 away. Giving up a couple of solid base hits, and he hit Nowell. Now Heine looking to capitalize on the RBI opportunity. He's looking to erase his 0 for 4 mark on the game thus far. The 1-0. That one swung on and missed for strike one. Bared in on the Tigers center fielder that time. And the count runs even. Now the 1-1. Now runs in and almost gets him. It was actually behind Heine, it looks like. Tough to tell from this angle. But Bynum's had a little bit of trouble with that inside fastball in terms of command. He hit Nowell earlier in the inning. That one swung on and missed for strike two. Got him to chase after a good breaking ball that time. And now Heine will have to regroup here with 2 strikes. Ouachita looking to keep the inning alive for Tucker Anderson, who waits on deck. Delta State trying to hold the game right where it is. That one is ripped down the line, foul. And it looks like Jacob Bowman is going to track that one down in left field. So the count remains 2-2 here to the junior center fielder for Ouachita. Here's the next pitch. That one runs in high and almost gets him again. And again, Bynum struggling trying to get that inside fastball down. Payoff pitch upcoming. Base is loaded. 2 away in the inning. Here it is. That one's ripped down the line, but foul. Heine squared that one up very well. But he did pull it a little too far. If he can straighten out his swing a little bit, that could be trouble for the Statesman. So we'll see one more payoff pitch here as Bynum looks to retire the side. That one's dribbled foul as well. And that's going to earn some applause from the home dugout as we're seeing a good battle here. This junior-on-junior matchup is going to continue, and now we're going to switch out baseballs. Andrew Cox departing from the dugout there to hand the ball off to the umpire. Now we'll see the payoff pitch once more. That one's ripped up the middle, and a good stop at second base, but Heine is there in time. That looked like a surefire base hit into the outfield, but how about the effort there from Jake Barlow? Knocks it down and almost gets the fielder's choice that time, but Heine legs it out. He picks up the RBI, and it's now 10-4 Ouachita. And we'll see if they make a pitching change here. Indeed, Delta State is going to turn to the bullpen once more. That'll do it for Evan Bynum. He records the first 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. Allows 1 run on 3 hits. He also hit a batter. It's going to be a new pitcher for Delta State. And we're going to stay right here as it's already been identified is Kylan Carter. So when we return to action, Tucker Anderson will be up at the plate, and he would actually represent the game-ending run if he could come around to score, as Ouachita leads by 6 right now. They only need a 10-run lead to force the run rule. They're just 4 away right now. This is a little bit reminiscent of a situation earlier in the season when Ouachita won by a score of 14-4 against Southern Nazarene right here on their home turf. Ouachita's forced the run rule twice already this year at Rab Rogers Field. In their last game here on their home turf, they had enough runs to force the run rule, but it was already a 7-run contest. Look at the stats for Kylan Carter. He's been pretty good out of the bullpen. Not too much action yet, but he has 2 in the 3rd innings under his belt. He's only allowed 2 hits. He has an ERA of 3.86. It is worth mentioning, though, that those 2 hits were home runs. So a big spot here for Tucker Anderson as he looks to keep the line moving. He's been held out of the hit column thus far, though he did square up a baseball pretty well earlier in the ball game. He also has a walk to his name. Here's the first pitch. That one's popped straight up. And this should do it for the 8th inning, as the outfielders were already retreating in. And Jake Barlow was there to make the play for out number 3. So Ouachita does get one more insurance run in the bottom of the 8th inning. They'll have the chance to win it when we come back. You're watching Tiger Baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
Certainly, there's no better time than now, and I think the sooner the better as you go through life to get your education completed. We wanted it to be practical. We wanted it to be accessible.
Students, I think, that are learning online have the same desires, same needs, and it's up to us to come up with as creative ways as possible of making sure that all those needs are met.
It's not just getting a degree, it's not just checking a box, it's about us investing an education into these students.
And we welcome you back now to this midweek edition of Tiger Baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. Ouachita looking to put away the Statesmen of Delta State as Dustin Bermudez takes over on the mound for the Tigers. He is the 5th pitcher of the game for Ouachita, as this has been a staff effort this afternoon. But it's been a good outing on the mound. Starting out with Bo Burson, who retired the first 6 men that he faced. He ended up allowing just 1 earned over 3 innings of work, and then Hunter Gotro mirrored that effort with 1 earned over 3 innings of work in the middle innings. The Tigers then handed the ball over to Caleb Donahoe, who pitched a little over an inning. And then Hayden Childers came in to finish off the 8th. That brings us to where we are right now, 10-4 your score. And Delta State looking to keep the game alive. Due up first at the plate, it's going to be Blake Dindy. As this one stays outside for ball 1. Ouachita looking to earn the win over their former conference foes this afternoon as this one's popped out of play for strike one. The Tigers looking for a momentum-boosting win here at home before going on the road to Russellville this weekend. This pitch will be taken for ball two. That will be their 7th series of GAC play, and they'll play their 8th one next weekend when they'll be back here for action against UAM. And this one's hit fairly well out towards the gap. Both outfielders are going back, and now makes a great play on the warning track for out number one. Dindy didn't miss that one by much, but like so many batters in this game, made good contact, but the wind kept it in the yard. In fact, the only home run we've had this afternoon was the inside the park home run by G. Allen, and that was all the way back in the 2nd. First pitch here is taken for a ball. And this one swung on and missed for strike one. That's Dalton Cummins at the plate now. Facing off against Bermudez, the dual threat for the Tigers. And this one is drilled down the line, and that could be extra bases. Good play by Core. He throws it in here to second. Throws on line, but the runner's in there safely. Had to slide at the end of the play, but that is the 2nd double of the afternoon for Dalton Cummins. He's now 3 for 4 on the day. That'll bring up Brett Burrell as he comes up to the plate in this RBI opportunity. And this one's fouled back out of play. The Statesmen off to a good start here in 2022. 9-5 in Gulf South play. That's good enough for 3rd in the conference. The 0-1 is taken for ball one. Up next for the Statesmen, it'll be another Gulf South series. They're taking on Union University in Jackson, Tennessee. And this one is ripped past a diving G. Allen, and that's going to get through for a base hit. They're going to hold up the runner at 3rd. Don't want to test the arm of Now. And there are runners at the corners, setting up a potential game-ending double play. That'll bring up, looks like we're going to actually have a pinch hitter here for Delta State. This number 11, Wyatt Pratt, as that should do it for Gabe Stockton. Pratt having a good year, 346 batting average. He's driven in 7 and an RBI opportunity right here, but he's got to be careful to avoid the game-ending double play ball. This one runs inside for ball one. This one catches the inside corner for strike one. As Bermudez trying to put away Delta State here. Not a save situation, but these 2 outs are very important. And this one's hit fairly well out to right. This should be deep enough to score the run. Good throw in by Core into C.W. Schrader. But the run does score on the sac fly. It's now 10-5 Ouachita. With that out, though, the Statesmen are down to their final out of the ball game as the lineup card turns over. And it's now up to Chad Ragland to try to keep things going. The team's hit leader has been held hitless up to this point as he fouls this one away. He did reach on a hit by pitch earlier in the ball game. And I'm sure his team would like to keep the game moving any way that he can. This is the guy that Delta State wants in this spot, trying to keep the game alive. As the 1-0 from Bermudez misses high for ball 2. So count leverage here to Ragland. 2 away in the inning, runner on first. Ouachita trying to lock up its 18th win of the year. That one's taken on the inside corner for strike 1. And that's going to earn a groan from the Delta State faithful. Bermudez resets here. 2-1. That one catches the outside corner for strike 2. And hold on, was that strike 3? I believe it was. That's the ball game. Good night, Arkadelphia. Tigers win. We had a bit of a scoreboard error there. But that was actually strike 3, and that does it for this midweek matchup. So Delta State looking for revenge in the last meeting between these two squads, but unable to get it here on the road as Ouachita locks up its 10th victory of the year on their home turf, their 18th of 2022. That matches their win total for all of last season. What a turnaround it's been for the Tigers this year. They're looking to go for their first winning season since 2015 and off to a good start right now as they pick up yet another midweek victory. Team exchanging high fives right now as we're awaiting the final stats for this game. But what a day for Ouachita. 10 runs on 12 hits and 1 error. Delta State falling after recording 5 runs on 9 hits and 2 errors. With the loss, Delta State falling to 16-9 in overall play. In conference play, they're still 9-5 as they get set for more Gulf South action this weekend. Speaking of conference action, Ouachita is set to take on Arkansas Tech this weekend in Russellville before coming back next weekend to take on UAM for a 3-game set. Those are series 7 and 8 of GAC play this year. And now we officially have our winning and losing decisions as Bo Burson is credited with the W, his 3rd of the year. He finished with 3 innings pitched, 2 hits, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts, and only 1 earned. In a good outing, he got some good help out of the bullpen from Hunter Gotro, Caleb Donahoe, Hayden Childers, and then Dustin Bermudez locking the door here at the end of the ball game. And we have our final line stats right here. Let's take a look at some of the top players in the game. What a day it was for G. Allen. 3 for 5 on the afternoon. An inside the park home run that brought home 3. He came through with another RBI base hit later in the ball game. It's also a good day at the plate for Isaac Nowell. 2 for 4, 2 RBI base hits. He finishes the day with 2 RBIs. Just an overall excellent performance all across the board. Judd Arrington, another great game for him as he goes 1 for 3, but he reached base safely 3 times. And he drove in 1. Talon Heine drives in 1 on a solid base hit up the middle late in the ball game. And how about Wyatt Core? He keeps his hot streak going here at Rab Rogers Field. He's now driven in 6 runs. He's driven in runs at least one run in each of the last 6 games for the Tigers here at Rab Rogers Field. What an incredible season it has been for the freshman. Valiant effort today from Delta State as Cade Whitley gets tacked with the loss. That will be his first of the year. He'd only allowed 1 earned coming into this game, but he allows 5 in this outing. Go along with 5 hits and 3 walks, 4 strikeouts over 4 innings pitched. So an exciting day of baseball here at Rab Rogers Field, and we'll be back with more baseball action next weekend right here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. Before that, though, we're heading over to Sully Anderson Field for a 3-game set between the Golden Suns of Arkansas Tech and the hometown Ouachita Tigers. You can catch that series this weekend on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. We'll see you then. On behalf of everyone here at OSDN, this is Chase Hartzell signing off. Have a great afternoon, and go Tigers!